Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm going to go over some peg finds I had the other day. It took me a few days to get this video together because I've had some other stuff going on, some other videos I needed to get out. But this was about, what I'm going to say, maybe 3 days ago. I actually ended up finding all of this at the same store, believe it or not. I was in a rush and almost decided not to go and made myself go in, and within 5 minutes I had quite the haul. So I was pretty glad that I went. And tell you, if I get many more trips like this, I'm gonna have to get a bigger mat to be able to show everything. So just gonna try to run through everything briefly. Not gonna do a real heavy overview of anything, but just show what we found. Uh, I guess we'll just get started right here. I had found previously some Zamacs. I don't think I had gotten any of the vans. It's the same store actually. It's my local Walmart. I'd went once before and got, let's see, several of the Pagani's, but they had no 70s vans. So I found several of each of these on this last trip the other day. They had a fresh case of them in, looked like. So got several of those. I was very happy. I was looking forward to finding the van. Was kind of disappointed when I didn't find it with the last lot of Zamacs that I had in my store. So I knew I had been there a little bit before. I didn't get to go through because everything was kind of taped up, but I knew they had a fresh case of Hot Wheels coming in. And they went actually skipped the B case, I think, and went straight to the C case there. I had not seen a B case this year, which was kind of odd, but you know, it does happen. So I was very happy to get this. I saw this right off the bat in a dump bin, and then dug down a little deeper and found the treasure hunt. So if you're not familiar, these are both from the B case this year. This is the Surf Crate is the treasure hunt, and this Mercedes-Benz 300 SL is the super treasure hunt. Now I've already got another video out on the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL comparing it, because we've had quite a few releases of this recently. Compares this to the Jay Leno Car Culture version, the main line, and the new Elite 64. So I may try to tag that in the end card, but if that's something you're interested in, just go to my channel and look. There's a comparison between all those versions. A pretty neat little comparison on a pretty good casting. So I was very happy to get these. So that makes the first super treasure hunt of this year's cars that I've actually found in the wild. Looked over, and I actually already had one of this, and I know if you're not Hot Wheels fans, you may not care about this at all, but these muscle machines, there's a lot of them. Sometimes I could kind of take them or leave them, but they do have some pretty cool castings. And this one is actually a chase piece. I believe this is the first one they've done without the sticker. They used to have a full sticker up here, kind of like them two did. A lot of the manufacturers are going away from the stickered chase pieces to make it a little harder to find. But I thought this was a good looking car for what it is. Probably going to take it. I've got a display idea for it. I already had one. I kind of like to keep these in the card. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Some things I keep, some things I don't. And I usually get a mainline version. Anytime there's a possibility of getting a chase or a super, I kind of like to have the mainline version or the regular version just to compare. But overall, I thought it was a pretty neat casting. Also, while I'm thinking about it here, I had also missed several places the opportunity to get this Kool Kombi. And the last B case that I ended up with seeing somewhere, I think somebody had already got them, and it looked like these were the only cars that they got out of that case, which is, that's fine. There's not that many in the case, so. But I was kind of hoping to get one. I don't know what it is about the Kombi. There's a lot of hype around these. I do like them, but I don't like every release of them. I know some people will get anything they can get their hands on. Surprisingly, I also found this. I don't know if they had found this somewhere or if it was a return or what. But for those of you who have been around for a little while, you know this one was very hard to get to complete sets. And I was really surprised to see it. It's all there by its lonesome, so I decided I would pick it up. So, like I said, I'm a Kombi fan, not near as big as some other people are, but and just with certain ones, but they're still a pretty neat vehicle, so I like to grab them when I can. Also, wasn't expecting to see the Sweethearts set. There was a couple of sets at my local Walmart, and you know Valentine's Day was already done. I really just didn't expect to see this set, but they had two full sets, and so this is my first time I think that I remember seeing any of the SS 454 trucks. I don't always really pay close attention to the M2s. Um, M2 has a lot of good castings. I'm normally not a fan myself of the what would you call this, branded cars. They have a lot of those, just with different brands putting their different spin on them. Like what have we had lately? Oh, like Denty Moore. Man, I'm losing it. A lot of you, if you've looked at them, you probably know. But and then they also have regular cars too. The one problem I have with M2 is their quality control is just very lacking. It's not uncommon at all to find an M2 that you like, take a closer look at it, and either a wheel's falling off, the tires aren't on the wheels good, the headlights are falling out. Sometimes they're just completely apart. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but it really can ruin what would be an otherwise good experience. They're decently priced. They do have good looking castings, but when you got pieces falling off and pieces that are crooked because they haven't been fitted, I think a lot of people would be okay if it took that paying a couple extra dollars to get that right. But that's just my opinion. They do still have some cool cars, and if you can find one that's intact and doesn't have an issue, then you have something pretty good. So, but I do like this setup. They came out with this particular casting, not this color, not long after Hot Wheels released their version of the SS 454 from the RLC. And I'm a fan of that truck. I was around when it came out, and so I'm a pretty big fan of it. Something interesting on the mystery models here. This is the latest set that's available, I think. It's the first set from 2023. The last year's set, I'm going to call it Wave 3 here. Actually, a few days before this, I found some unopened boxes of these, and it was kind of weird. I'll just briefly touch on this, but I found two A case boxes, or A boxes, and two B boxes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just bear with me for a minute. But when you see the boxes of these, from my understanding, when you open the top flap, if there's an A in it, then that has the number 1 car, the main chase car. And usually the B has the 2 and the 3. It's been my experience that a lot of times it's kind of a mixed bag. I have always found the 1 car in the one box, and then the 2 and the 3 in the other. I have seen them where 1, 2, and 3 has been together, even though I've been told that's not how it's supposed to work. I've also seen where I've seen it where there's just one of the 2 and 3 car in a box, or multiples of the 2 and 3 car in a box. So, very odd. But this one was kind of odd in that the A boxes had, all the boxes had the 2 and 3 cars. None of them had the 1 car. And they were sealed. So, I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I don't know if it was just kind of like some leftover boxes from the end of the year or what. But, excuse me here. I'm getting excited. Getting all coffee. So, the first wave here of the 2023 is what we're going to focus on. I did not find the number 1. They did not have an A box there. All they had were the B boxes, so maybe I'll catch it in a day or two. But I did get, I think the number 2 is the Ford Falcon. I'm just going to go ahead and open them up here. I believe it's a Ford Falcon race car, if I remember right. Yeah, man, that's a good looking casting. Wow. I did not expect that to look that good. Nice wheel choice, nice paint, tampos. I said we weren't going to go into detail. Just wanted to open these up, give everybody an idea of what you were looking at. But man, that's surprisingly good looking casting there. And I think the most coveted probably for this box is the 3-car, which is the Honda Civic. Also a really good looking casting. So I was happy to get that. I know a lot of people, if you're seeing these boxes out, I'd say a big portion of them will very likely still have the 2-car because a lot of people just don't care. A lot of people out there that are hunting, collecting, are just going to want this car. Now the other one, oh, I can't remember what the number 1 car is. Maybe a Bugatti. I may be getting that mixed up with the last one. But it is like a supercar if I remember right. And I just remember thinking to myself, well, that's probably something that a lot of people are going to pass over. So now that's not to say that you'll obviously, find one, because even if it's something people don't want, they'll either grab it to resell or grab it for trade bait a lot of times. But just kind of give you an idea, the number 1 and the number 2 car may be the easier ones to find out of these. Number 3 is very likely going to be gone because that's what a lot of people are hunting for. So last but not least, and you've probably already seen it in the picture, or when we started, I found this M2 Super Chase. This is the first Super Chase that I've ever found from M2. If you're not familiar, it's kind of like a Super Treasure Hunt. They have chases in these M2s. They used to have stickers on them, but they don't anymore. It just tells you on the box how many there are of each one. You can see that this casting and this Sweetheart set was limited to 7,250 pieces. There were 750 chases, and there were 250 super chases. So on these super chase, the wheels are usually going to be different. They'll be chrome. All right, there may be some other chrome pieces on M2. M2 does that a lot of times. Usually colored chrome. That's the difference too. They're colored chrome. And on the Super Chase, it's a raw painted body, so there's no coloration to it. They do put a coating, looks like on the ones I've seen, there's a coating over them. So it'd be like a Zamac that had a clear coat sprayed over it, but there's no coloration. So very happy to find that. A pretty rare piece. And, just really good day peg hunting, shelf hunting for me. I was excited because things have been kind of dry around here for a while. So I was happy to score some wins. And, didn't expect it to be that good of a day to find a super and a chase and a super chase and some other chases. Chase, right? So, guys, appreciate you watching this far. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I know we kind of blew through a lot of stuff here, but I'll be happy to go over anything closer with you if I can. If you have any video ideas, things you'd like to see, let me know. Sorry this wasn't a live peg hunting experience. I was going to, but I was so short on time that I really couldn't do it. So hopefully I'll be able to start doing that some here soon, because I know a lot of people really like that, to see the live peg hunting experience. But y'all, appreciate you. Hope you've seen some things that you enjoy and maybe learned a little something. And so we'll be coming out with some other videos for you real soon. If you like what we're doing, give us a like and a subscribe. Hope everybody has had a good weekend. Have a good week coming up. And happy hunting, y'all.